which is the last chapter of the day, which is the Google site. Google site are going to be discussed after this because it may take a little bit of time lah due to the nature of the manipulation here and there. But before that, I would like to share with you about the sentiment analysis. So I'm going to use the orange data mining. So this is the example of the orange data mining. You can go and download the orange data mining at this website, orangedataMining.com, and then you can download it, and then we can use the orange data mining as been shown in the slide lah. Okay, but before we want to analyze this kind of platform, we need to have the data. And as you know, the data are going to be in a multiple format lah. So what I have here is the CSV import also can. I also can use the data straight away from the data set here, which is right click, and then I already share it. Therefore, I can copy the link, which is, we are going to discuss the use of it after this because all of you try to install it, right? But just to get a clear picture, I want to give you some idea, because if we want to extract any YouTube comment, for example, we need some sort of permission. So that permission is, we call it API lah. So to get the YouTube API, you need to have the Google console. So for example, in my case, I already set up everything with regard to the Google console. This one is free at the moment, unless you are using it much more higher, then you need to pay lah for the Google console punya use. For me, the price is quite okay lah. And after that, I'm going to go for API and services and then create a credential. And based on that credential, if you can see over here, I got the Google App Script. You know kan, Google App Script ni macam mana kan? This Google App Script is basically help you to fetch the YouTube comment from a specific video ID. Faham Maksudnya saya ada satu video yang saya tengok dekat dalam YouTube. I'm going to put the video ID over there, and then I'm going to click a certain button, and then the comment from that particular video are going to be downloaded for me. Example okay, this is the sentiment analysis, and then all of you can see inside the extension, I have the app script enabled, and then this app script is actually already being back-end with a Google App Script, and then those Google App Script is having the specific item lah with regard to the API and also the link with regard to the videos. But I'm not allowed to share with you the API key actually. But this is the example lah. If you have the API key, you need to click this one, and then you got the API key. I have a blank at the moment lah. Contoh kan, I have a blank worksheet, and then by activating this YouTube comment, I can automatically fetching the comment from the YouTube videos that specifically attached with the video ID and also my API key. So you can use this Google App Script for your own use. And of course, because this is the demonstration purposes only, I may remove lah the API key after this inside this one. But in a nutshell, I already gathered all of the comment, and some of the comment is the reply and comment tau, which is the comment atas comment kan. So kalau tengok sebenarnya dia ada lebih kurang 100 comment. So I do believe that other than that is the reply lah, or some sort of something like that. So based on this date, it is actually talking about the sentiment analysis, or what we call it as response lah, with regard to the text. Orang komen lah pasal teks mengenai video yang berkenaan itu. Okay, key already, but you can have a look on the API key documentation with regard to the YouTube, because this one is under the YouTube punya function. That's why tadi kalau you bagi yang Facebook, kena pakai Facebook punya API lah. So saya pakai YouTube, so YouTube punya API key will be if I click the show key over here, the key is available, and then I can insert into my API key over here, and I can straight away use it. Ini kaedah yang pertama, I straight away will get it. Kaedah yang kedua, as you know, this is the link. This is the link of the video. Kalau anda pergi dekat YouTube, contoh kan, youtube.com, and then you insert this link. Okay, so dia akan bagilah link video yang berkenaan tu. So link video ni adalah cerita pasal batuk kering aka TB lah, daripada this video ni. Ada satu adik manis ni cerita benda lah. Okay, that is not the point. The point is, if I click this video, specifically with regard to this. So this link is actually can be used for another platform. This is the another platform. Name it as exportcomments.com. So you can use also this one untuk export komen daripada Twitter, daripada YouTube, daripada Facebook dan lain-lain lah. Ni contoh lah, ni saya bagi. You are currently limit to 100 comment or export. Remove limit. You need to pay lah. Of course lah, benda-benda ni apa-apa pun nak banyak bayar lah kan. Okay, so let us start. Bila saya tekan start ni, dia akan start ambil lah. Tapi saya tak nak buat lah. Sebab apa? Nanti dia pakai kota saya kan. Lantak dah lah. Okay, dah siap yang ini semua. Saya tunjukkan tadi. Last kali, you will have this kind of output. Ataupun data. Text lah. So, anda nak dapatkan benda-benda ni, boleh dapat daripada mana lagi selain daripada YouTube dan sebagainya. You can also ask the people inside your Google form. Tell me about the history of your journey on eating before you fall ill. Contoh. Kan? And then they will story lah. I begin eating this one and that one and suddenly my stomach become so painful. And then I fall down and I get up back and then I see that my pants are so wet. Something like that lah. So dia menceritakan kisah-kisah dia. Sebab ada setengah orang, dia able to tell a story with regard to what happened during the outbreak. So that is also can be considered under the rumors investigation. This is taking place to help us to identify the pain. Sebenarnya yang kita nak tengok, contohlah macam dalam isu ni, adalah kita nak analyse what is the pain that reflect with this video. Contoh kan, sebab ini video daripada certain produk lah kan. Tapi yang kita nak tengok sometimes is a video published by your department. Betul tak? Macam mana engagement anda punya video terhadap risk communication dengan public bila berlaku wabak, bila berlaku outbreak, bila berlaku investigation. So you need the engagement from the people. Therefore, you need this kind of analysis. Alright? So what is the outcome based on this analysis? You are going to get the value, the numerical value. From the word that they said, they will translate into the indices, the index. So if you can see over here, you will have the comment, you will have the translated comment because I got the Google App script run automatically that translate the Malay into the English. So if you got the English already, it will maintain to the English. So this one is quite useful, especially NLP untuk Malay ni tak berapa banyak lah. Yang kalau ada pun untuk Indonesian. Okay. You can use whatever it is lah. Contohnya you nak tengok sentiment analysis for the Twitter also can. So the technique is still the same. But you need a data something like this. You need a data. They have date, time, username, comment and translated comment. Up to you lah what you want to do. So in my case here, for example, I just want to know the contextual text, which is the translated comment here, to be investigated. Whether that video reflects some goodness or some not good perception towards something. Alright. Faham objektif dia? Okay, and then if you understand already, you can go for the file and then you can actually copy this one. You can go to the share with others and then you can copy the link because this is already inside the Google Sheet. You can copy. If you do not want to do that, you can also download it to your local, which is you can go to the file, download, followed by comma separated value. This is another approach. So up to you lah what you want to use. You want to use the CSV or you can also fetch the data from the internet. But if you want to fetch the data to the internet, make sure you have the internet connectivity. Okay, so far so good. Install the dependencies, name as the conda whatsoever. That one is actually the Python script lah. That one to run at the back end of this software because this software run with the back end of the Python. Okay, so the first step you can see over here you got data, you got transform, visualize, model, something like that lah. And then some of it are not similar like myself. Correct or not? You do not have the text mining. Correct or not? And therefore, you can request it by going to the option over here. And then you can click the add-on. You can click the add-on. And then they will retrieve the packages that are made available in the internet and ask for it. You can write their text. And then you can see there are a text analytics that are made available for you. And you can install it straight away. After you doing that, then it will be made available on the top left. Okay. First of all, go to the option, go to the add-ons. Go to the option, go to the add-ons. Okay, this is the bigger view of your software. Go to option and followed by add-ons. And right over there is text. This is text analytics. If you want to use the image analytics also can, which is going to be discussed later on. If you're interested more, I can explain it later on lah. Image analytics ni contoh, If you teach your computer with something, and then they will learn from the picture that you shown to them, and then you can label them. Contoh, you have 100 of pictures that talking about a certain outbreak based on your map. This map is indicate the wabak tak terkawal. And then you got another map, you can insert it and ask the computer, and the computer will automatically become a AI machine that give you the result, whether this is outbreak or not outbreak. Itu semua advance lah, tapi saya tak ceritakan yang sekarang ni. I just want to focus on the text analytics. After you install, then the menu is available on the left. Menu available on the left. We got here as a text mining. Okay, you got it? Dapat tak? Still install. Still install, you kena banyak sabar dan reda lah. Sometimes dia akan break up jugalah. Kalau dah lama no, tunggu lebih daripada 3-4 minit, maknanya dia dah break up lah tu. Tak apa, sementara tengah loading, kita buat dulu alright, dah buka. Okay, first of all, we can go to the data. Perli je, kena bahan sikit baru dia okay. Okay, go to the data over here on the left. We got numbers of the sources. We can go for the file, CSV, datasheet, datasets and also SQL. SQL table ni server. Save data lah. Feature statistic ni, if you want to change the statistic into the another numerical variable. Contoh, hidup tak hidup tu tadi nak tukar kepada 1 and 0, something like that lah. You can do it in a robust manner using the orange data menu. Okay, kita akan guna yang atas ni, namanya apa? File. So you can drag the file widget and then it's become error lah. Kalau dia ada error, kalau tak ada error tak apa. And then you can double click. You can insert the data based on two approach. The first one you insert as a CSV, or you can use the URL. In this case, I'm going to use the URL. Up to you what you want to use. But make sure if you want to use the URL, you got a stable connectivity of the internet. Otherwise, it won't load very well lah. So in my case, for example, I'm going to load it from the yang saya ada tadi lah. Due to the fact that this one might be a problem, I may not use it lah. Tapi saya demonstrate je kepada tuan-tuan dan puan. Kalau anda nak gunakan kaedah ni, saya takut internet kita tak berapa laju. Walaupun kita gunakan hotspot sendiri, lain pun tak ada kat sini kadang-kadang kan. Jadi itulah cabaran dia. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Dapat dah? Okay, share. Allahu Akbar. Nak pergi menu pun kicap Copy link, okay? So I already copy the link. You can double click on the file, on the widget. You can paste inside the URL over there. And then you can click the reload. After you click the reload, then it will become refresh and it will update accordingly. So they are showing the 56 instances with 4 metas. Means that 56 orang punya row lah, ada 56 row. That is the first step. Using the URL. Okay. Or you can use the file over here. You can go into this one, which is we call it as a file open. And then you can go for the downloads, followed by the another selection lah for the CSV. So saya akan tunjukkan contoh lah kalau anda nak pakai yang CSV. Also can. This is the example only. Okay. So saya pakai yang URL lah, senang. I'm going to use the URL. So when you use the URL, you will have this role. You can change the role according to your needs, whether you want to make it as metas or not metas. Metas ni maksudnya meta ni adalah perkara yang basic pada kita punya data lah, yang asal. Dah siap, then you can tekan butang apply and it's finished. So our data is already here inside the data file widget. And then you can use numbers of things. The easier way to do is use the arrow. Okay, tengok cara dia, because this is GUI, graphical user interface. You can drag and then release. You see, I release my hand and then it will open the data and then you can ask what kind of analysis that you want to use. So in this case, I'm going to use the data table. Data table for what? Just to show you the data. So we got the data here. Just to show you the data. Let's say that you want to save the data also can. You can go over here. You can put save. It's very easy. You can also save as what? It's all up to you. So in this case, I'm going to save the data lah. Yes. Tak, kalau CSV, you need to use this one. CSV file importer. Kalau you gunakan file biasa ni, you can input the Excel. Okay, this one saya letakkan sebagai TB comment. Macam mana? Macam mana nak keluarkan garis? Okay, this one is for you to delete it. Okay, contoh I delete it back. I'm going to repeat it again. How I obtain the file? I obtain the file by inserting the URL of the sharing, or you can also use the file to import the Excel or also CSV. After you doing so, please make sure that you reload. After you reload, please specify accordingly lah. Contoh date, time, whatever yang you akan gunakan. Dah habis yang itu, maka you boleh buat connection. Dia ada banyak cara. One of the way is to use the data table and then insert that and connect it accordingly. That is the first way. Or you can straight away make a empty connection like this. And then they will ask you what you want to do. I want to display my result. And then you write data table. Dia tak keluar tu sebab RAM lah. Tu confirm RAM. So kalau tak keluar, you can use another method which is you can arrange the data table and then connect it together. And then you double click on the data table, you will see something like this. Correct or not? Okay, and then what you can do next is you can save it or else. Alright, so next, what I will do, I will save as I mentioned to you just now. Okay, and then I can double click on the save and followed by the save as. I can change the data lah, basically. I can change the data to be inserted as a data here. So I have the save the tb.xls. Alright, so next, what I can do, I can go to the data table over here and then try to make another line down there and followed by the select column. Select column. Okay, select column. After you are doing so, then you can double click on the select column. Okay, this one is quite good because you can arrange and specify what kind of data that you want to use for analysis. So in this case, I'm going to use the translated comment. Okay, from the 4 item here, I only want to use one only, which is the translated comment. Okay, so far so good. Ini macam kita nak ajar komputer lah. Okay, banyak-banyak data ni, tolong pilih kolom yang ini je. Kolom lain tak payah pakai. Alright. And then next one, what I will do, I will just insert another connection. We call it as a pre-processing. Pre-processed text. Okay, pre-processed text ni, sometimes it's become damaged due to the fact of this one. You can see data corpus is become red color like this or not red color. Yours become red color or not red color? Anda punya ada masalah ke tak? Tak ada masalah Saya punya ada masalah. You all punya ada masalah tak? Okay, I make another repetition. You can go from the select column into the pre-processing text. PRE, pre-processing text. And then you can select the pre-processing text. So mine having problems. I'm not so sure why, but yours might not be having problems. Okay, what is the functions of the pre-processing text? Okay, dengar baik-baik Pre-processing text is meant for you to synthesis the deeper explanation with regard to the text that you have. Contoh, you can use over here stop word, you will get English and then you will got the stop.txt. Ada tak anda punya stop.txt ni? Ada? Tak ada. Memang tak ada lah, tak mungkin ada. So stop.txt ni adalah data yang menunjukkan list of the name that spelling it out as a text. Faham tak? Contoh macam is, the, then. Itu semua kita tak nak sebab itu semua adalah ayat-ayat bahasa Inggeris. Faham Itu semua stop word. Why? Because it will interfere with our analysis. And then we can insert later on. But to do that, let us delete first and then just show our data first. You can go over here and then type cloud. And then you will have this word cloud. Keluar tak word cloud anda? Saya punya ni ada error ni. I have the error over here. So let me just open up whatever that I have before. Okay. Lain macam aja. Word can't. Salah aja. Sorry. Alright. So this is the example. Okay. Let me show you the idea. Okay. I already select the column. Sekejap Okay, this is the data example. Okay, and then after I got the data here, I can also request for the corpus. Okay, sorry, saya silap ni tadi. I made a repetition First of all, select column dah kan? Okay, and then followed by the another one is corpus. Corpus. Pre-processing text pun boleh, corpus pun boleh. Kita bagi corpus dulu. So, dalam corpus ni, you can double click on the corpus and then use accordingly. So, the text are going to be inserted here. The translated comment are going to be used as the text. And then the language are going to be select as English. Okay? Boleh tak? Bukan teks, corpus. Dalam tu ada translated comment. Okay, tak apa. Masukkan je translated comment dalam use. Ni, this one. Pastikan dia dekat sebelah kiri lah. Okay, make sure it is on the left side. Okay, done? Tak apa, sebab teks ni adalah derived from the file or data table that I select before. That is select also from here lah. Okay, because this one, translated comment are going to be used as meta. And then I'm going to use the corpus. So the corpus are going to be select based on the identified features that I want, which is this features is translated comment. Okay. And then followed by another one, which is we call it as the word cloud. Word cloud. W-O-R-D, word cloud. Word cloud ni will be helping you. If you double click on the word cloud, then you will see something like this. Okay. Then this is the clouds that you want to remove the unnecessarily item. What is unnecessary item? Itulah the, it, to, and whatsoever lah yang ada dekat sini that are disturbing your ability to understand all the things. Macam ni kan, I, the, to, it, yes, whatsoever kan. Jadi kalau nampak kat sini sebenarnya yang banyak cerita adalah mengenai cough. Nampak? So the first thing that we can see based on the TB ini is cough lah, is related to the batuk kan, betul tak? And then followed by the another one lah. And then you can filter cough and coughing whatsoever lah. So this is the example, hanyalah sebagai contoh. So you can imagine if you got a very thorough investigation, you want to know what kind of food that they are going to be ingested or already ingested before, then it will be highlighted here. Mungkin dia cerita pasal air, water. Something to do with the drink, water. Jadi you boleh nampak, majority of them are actually talking about water. So we need to collect the sample of water. Not necessarily we follow whatever that they said, but this helping you to get the idea what is need to be investigated later on. Macam ni lah contoh, kita dapat satu benda pasal TB, then we know that the TB have the manifestation of the cough that are quite meaningful lah based on this word cloud. Jelas ke tak jelas? Jelas kan? Okay. So, just to get much more clearer, let us go for pre-processing text. If I can use it, or I can't use it. But I do believe that if you can use it, then you use it lah. You can use the stop word over here. Okay, anda boleh gunakan stop word lah kalau anda ada stop word yang berkenaan. So, cara nak buat stop word ni, cara dia adalah anda pergi kepada text. Text editor. Wordpad pula. Apa panggil? Notepad. Contoh macam ni kan, saya akan tulis satu stop word. I'm just going to save it as stop.txt. I'm going to save it inside the desktop lah. Stop. La ilaha illallah. Masih ada lagi. Stop TB. Stop TB inside the download. Save. Okay. So Allah RTF lah. So I'm going to save it as text file. So apa yang saya nak letak sini, contoh is the, lagi apa lagi? Then I lagi. You letak satu. Yes, and then you can attach those specific stop word into your file. Use txt. Okay, so yang ini kalau you buka, dia akan ada as follows. Okay. I need to make modification. Example is apa tadi? Then, lagi apa? I, is, the, that. Okay, so saya save lah. So you can use the stop word inside the pre-processed text. Okay, and then use this one. Stop word, open the folder, and then find your item lah, which is stop TB. Open, and then you can go for refresh. So that you suppress those unnecessarily word. So if I go for the word cloud, the new word cloud will remove lah those things, nampak? It's much more better kan? Is the ni tadi dah hilang. So we can see over here it's talking about TB. It is now talking about the cough, and then it's talking about the medicine, and it's talking about BR. BR is baru kan? Ini memang tak boleh translate lah daripada mereka tak tahu BR tu apa kan? But we know already this is the angles of the discussions that what they respond based on our video. So you can imagine kalau anda keluarkan video-video yang penting untuk masyarakat memberi feedback of a certain outbreak, for example, and then you can see this the complaint, the comment, or whatsoever lah that they express it using the word, then you can leverage the data for your own use. Whether you want to manipulate it or you want to give an actions towards what they complain for, that is your benefit lah. Alright, so now let us go into the deeper investigation where we can connect the pre-processed text ni with the sentiment. You can write over there sentiment analysis. Okay, we can connect to the sentiment analysis. Okay, done. So this is the beauty of using the orange data mining because it is a GUI. GUI apa ni? Graphical user interface. So you can connect here and there, alright? Okay, and then you can go for double click. Double click is for what? For testing different algorithm. So you can use the Liu Hu or Weather. Okay, let us go for the default lah. Default adalah Weather, Weather kan. Then how you want to see the sentiment score? You can ask for the table. Letak table kat situ. Data table. And then if you double click on the data table, you can see this is a positive, this one is negative, this one is neutral, this one is compound. So let's say you want to use for further analysis, you can see lah what is the mean, what is the average, what is the total numbers of the people saying about this thing. Okay, from one video you can get this idea. And then what you need to do next, you can also save it lah if you want. You can save the data. And then if you want to do much more higher explanation, you can go for hierarchical, you can go for heat map. Let me just go for the distance, for example, distance. Distance enable myself to show the hierarchical clustering. So I can observe lah what kind of the cluster are going to be created. So let's say I create 3 cluster. So I can get this kind of cluster lah. This one is the first cluster, second cluster, and then third cluster. So ini contoh whatever it is that you want to use in term of the advanced analysis. You can also ask for the heat map and so on and so forth. Anda faham ke apa yang saya tengah cerita ni? Ke anda pun macam dah bosan dah?
Faham. Kita
nak guna dia untuk apa? Nak guna dia sebenarnya anda paling basic kira tak berguna lah pun sekarang ni. Tapi anda akan gunakan majority is basically on this data table. You want to see the average. Contoh kan, positif ni berapa orang yang kata positif, berapa orang yang kata negatif. So usually that is what you are going to do lah based on 56 instances. Maknanya daripada 56 orang ni, kita nak tahu berapa ramai orang yang, contoh saya tulis kat sini result. So kenapa kita analyze those things? Because we want to generate the sentiment score, and then where is the sentiment score are going to be located? It is going to be located here. Sebab kita tak akan boleh analyze manually. Kita perlukan algorithm to help us to analyze, right? So this thing help you to analyze it much more deeper in term of this one. Berapa banyak yang positif, berapa banyak yang negatif. You can count the mean, median, average, and so on lah. That is very good question. It's because on the sentiment analysis here using the weather language element. So you can also custom dictionary tau. Boleh letak custom dictionary yang khas seperti yang saya buat tadi lah, txt tadi, stoptb.txt tu. You can also put here to see the exact story with regard to this thing. Contohlah anda ada yelah saya nak cerita lebih-lebih pun practicality dia memang kita tak buat sangat pun. Tapi kalau if you are already vengeance about all this text analytics, contohlah paling senang yang praktikal is kalau jual barang, betul tak? Kita nak tengok the bintang and also the people comment about our product, contoh. So that is one of the way how we want to leverage the use of the sentiment analysis. We want to see actually the pain point. What is the pain point? And therefore we can manage the pain point. Okay? Oleh kerana dah sudah,